citation here recognizing your work on behalf of certainly your institution in the region as well. So why don't we gather here? We'll put you in the center and come on.
Yeah, sure. All right, where should we? Okay. Great, thank you very much.
It's a little harder to talk.
Well, thank you all very much for being here, and especially thanks to Nebby for this award. I've always admired the work of Nebby, which balances the rights of states to control their own higher education, but also realizes that cooperation between states is absolutely important, especially in a region like New England. So to be honored by this organization, Michael, means a great deal to me. And it's especially moving to be in this Capitol building, as Jen said, where I have spent so much time arguing for higher education in the state of Connecticut. I just want to say two things. The first is now I know what my swan song should be. Older than Twitter, are you? I have a lot of talent. Singing is not one of them. So I thank you, Mark, for that, and thank you for your colleagueship throughout the years. And of course, Jen, it's been a real pleasure. You don't need too much mentoring. You're a real star, and we're really happy at CCIC that you're our president and do so well in representing us here and all over the state. So thank you. I'll just say one last thing about higher education in Connecticut. I came here in 1964 to be an undergraduate student at Trinity College. That seems so long ago. That's sort of the equivalent of Woodrow Wilson calling up times during the Civil War. Literally, it's an awful long time ago. And I came here not because I was dying to be in Connecticut, although I did think growing up in a steel mill town in western Pennsylvania that New England was the center of the universe. But I came here because of Trinity College. I came here because of the outstanding higher education institution in this state. And I learned to love the college, and I learned to love the state. And then I went roaming around like most academic nomads for 30 years, and I came back to become president of the University of Hartford, and I've stayed here for the last 19. I've lived in Connecticut between the 4 years at Trinity College and the 19 years at the University of Hartford for 23 years, longer than I've ever lived anyplace else. And I feel Connecticut's my home. And I will, Matt mentioned that I will be living in West Hartford after my presidency's over, so I intend to remain involved. Matt was right. I'm devoted to the Hartford community. I love Hartford. I love the people of Hartford. I love the possibilities of Hartford. And I want to be a part, not only as our institution, but as an individual in helping to shape its future. I am dedicated to educational opportunity for all students, regardless of socioeconomic status, regardless of racial, religious, gender. For me, that is the most important principle of higher education, whether it's public higher education. I worked for 9 years at the University of Michigan before I came to the University of Hartford. I'm convinced that that is the purpose of public higher education. It's also the purpose of private higher education. We have this in common. We are frequently contrasted with one another, I think, to our detriment. We both have the same mission. We have different sources of funding. We have the same mission, and that is to provide for the future of this country by educating its citizens, and increasingly for providing for the future of our world. So I'm really delighted to be recognized for that. We're here in the middle of one of the most stressful times in my entire time in Connecticut for the Connecticut legislature. And I've said this before to them, and I'll say it again now. That you hold a very precious item in your hands, and that is the higher education institutions of this state. Be careful. I know you have tough choices to make, but be careful to protect this because it's one of Connecticut's greatest shining stars. So thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks for the roles you've played in my life. Lynn, I'm very touched that you would come up from Washington. And even our distinguished alumnus, Doug McCrory, who just entered the room. I appreciate all of you being here today. I'm humbled and honored to receive this award. Thank you, Michael, and thanks to Nebby.